weeks for payday. I work hard every day, but I don't get paid every day. Because of Chime, I don't have to waste it. For payday,
from Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, England.
No mandatory fees. I love being in control of my money.
It's the NFL International Series
And you can too.
on EA Sports.
Join me at Chime.com and get paid when you stay.
I got this KitchenAid stand mix here for only $56.
Dealdash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. Go to Dealdash.com and see how much you can save.
On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway here in London. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book. He's an asset to have in any offense.
And now a fake on the jet sweep, and a give to Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. Operating from the gun, McCarthy. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hawkinson. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to lead to a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on third down. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. Here's 2nd and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on the opening drive. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. They'll start on the ground here on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Rodgers to throw on second down. He finds his man, complete. That's Watkins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Now They'll run straight ahead with Warren.
This man's number is 47 at quarterback.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Warren will try the right side. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away.
Good-ass punt, bro.
It'll wind up being another 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off the play fake. McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards to pick up there. Tries to move the chains that time. They had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. From the gun on 3rd down. McCarthy. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
That is brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. C.J. Ham. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he gets this one just shy of 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Rodgers now on first down. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Johnny Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. In motion right, Watkins. There's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and bringing in a big wedge and giving your guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8. We've seen quite a bit of a short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And it'll be second down. First carry for Kenneth Gainwell.
Early down steps to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this game, has got to be priority one.
Forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. To throw is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He'll find Metcalf. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And he is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. On the give, it's Warren. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make it slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Oh, I thought he had the interception.
To throw, it's Rodgers. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Running it, Washington. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Darnell Washington taking it in from a yard out. And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. And out comes Minnesota.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And Hawkinson going to have the Vikings first down as they get this up to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off-play action. McCarthy, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime you didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the patch you have, and make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. They took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
2nd and 10. A handoff for Warren. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break
Scotty Miller on.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. And they'll run it. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a 1st down. And inside give to Jones. Shreds the tackle. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. McCarthy. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. Sheds off the tackle. Whoa, it still won't go down. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They'll try again with Jones.
What else,
and a carbon copy there, at least as far as the results are concerned, as he'll be dropped behind the line yet again. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And now can they reverse the trend on third and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Looking to throw. McCarthy, right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he'll be out of bounds.
Oh, that ain't the first down. Come on, dog.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. They'll run it. Warren. Well, they hit him in the backfield.
I know he
will
wasn't
not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On first down, Rodgers. It's caught by Bryant. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 2.
I've been on the field the whole fucking third quarter.
Now a run with Warren. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 56 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
I'm gonna let Metcalf get one.
On first and 10, it's Gainwell. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
17 consecutive points. They lead it. Got a response to the Buffalo tackle.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Here's Warren. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. They hand off to their big tight end. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Montravius Adams busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Up the middle, Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with great starting field position up near the 50, they might be one completion away from stealing a late field goal here. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. And that one on the rookie, Charles, maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times they're about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterward. I know he's trying to make a play, but that time, he ends up drawing the flag.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So they're able to make things level just before half and also leave very, very little time on the clock.
And I love the way that you phrase that. Put a little soccer into it, and that's really apropos considering they just kicked a field goal to tie things up.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Oh, nice move. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to... Apologies to Coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. Third quarter action ready to go. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. On the return, here's a dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the giver. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9.
Soldier keeps it in a bunch of real estate inside the 30 to the 29. Evan Johnson made the tackle.
Now Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
But they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And that will be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
Let's see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Jack Kelly not there early enough. He got 3. They only needed 2.
Back to throw. McCarthy.
No.
Underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Damn!
Tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the 40.
You got to know as a quarterback that's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position. And he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
To the 43, 2nd down.
But they're hoping in the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Being chased out left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes
Job, defense.
Cameron Hayward able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now it's Peterson. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Bryant going to go in motion. Now runs straight ahead with Warren.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll try
First down.
And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18.
Let's try to spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
2nd down and 6 now.
They go to Johnson again.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Throwing is Rodgers. Flush to his right. Look out, Rodgers. Lost the football. There he goes, left side.
And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen.
I literally dive, bro.
But in a tie game in the 3rd quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the ball game. And now it's up to their defense to try and bail them out. Got to take care of the rock.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action, throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down.
And this one is right through, and they will take the lead at 13-10.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll roll him out right. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now Rodgers. Complete to Bryant. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. Now it's Rodgers. This one left side caught by Patterson. And brought down, but able to get it to the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Rodgers now to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Out left side here to Bryant. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. He hit his first. This one from 38. Boswell's kick is good. And that's going to tie us at 13. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, is in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all. But the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us? Let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
Throwing to start the drive. McCarthy will get this to Akers out of backfield. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. McCarthy completes this to Addison.
One more stop.
Left. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
4th quarter, man.
They will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch, maybe you move some motion, maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keep.
All me for real.
picked up by Patrick Queen. Still going inside the 10.
Damn, bro.
It's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And a pretty little juke move there on a nice game. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. On the give, it's Warren. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. McCarthy. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. An inside give to Jones. To the 43, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Gets past 1 man.
They trying to run the ball like me now.
That time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. They'll go again to... Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. A handoff for Warren. Gets around him. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They try the left side with Johnson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
In motion right, that's Metcalf.
Here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side and complete to Metcalf.
What? That wasn't a first down?
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. You told me before it's tough to identify how to block a 3-4 defense. There wasn't a whole lot of blocking there.
And one other thing an offensive line coach told me, if you want to run wide against a 3-4, which is difficult to do because of the speed of the outside linebackers, it's often difficult for your offensive linemen to hit targets.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Steelers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw.
McCarthy, complete. Jefferson the target.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Jalen.
The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
From the gun on 3rd down.
McCarthy working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. Off the play fake.
McCarthy. Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted.
Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers.
And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for it. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson. Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. still going. How about this? He's to the 10 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw again.
He gets it to Addison.
Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
That's out to the flat for Akers. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Damn.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
No problem there on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one an 8-play drive and spans 75 yards.
And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
This 2nd and 4.
Rodgers throwing here. Flushed out right. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson.
Wow.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Rodgers to throw. Dancing to his left. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw caught here by Metcalf. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Looking middle, and that's complete.
Face mask. What?
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Here's another 1st and goal, but from a little further back this time following the penalty. Rodgers going to throw. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that
never said that call.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Rodgers looking to throw. Able to shake him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. This is caught. And in for the Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run it, let your linemen surge, and fire out.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. As time has
Gotta do it
on this football game.
And the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this one.
They certainly were, and how about the day those defenders had, though? How many takeaways did they have? I quit counting after a while. They were clearly the better team, and their defensive effort, it led the way.
With Trumpaya, less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. Some patients even felt less fatigued. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say cheerio from London.
Or getting that flawless assist from a fellow fan. Be ready. Wherever the season takes you, Marriott Bonvoy has a hotel brand for every kind of fan. Official hotel partner of the NCAA.
93 passer rating, 24-32. 34-75. Whoa.
This Adam was not on WhatsApp. This Adam was. So when this Adam texted a photo, it came out blurry.
This chat is a nightmare.
And no one could help. But this Adam sent an HD photo on WhatsApp. Let's go. And saved the play. We have lights. Thanks, everybody. Actors.
Y'all make sure I get 3 or 5 because they ain't advertising it.
Oh, we're advertising. Get 3 pieces of our crispy, juicy signature chicken for just $5. How's that?
Let's go, Popeye.
Hockey is here on ESPN. A rivalry of history and hate. These goals are knocking on the door again. A rivalry reunited. Miami at Florida State next Saturday on ABC. Well, on that third down, Colorado got what they wanted. The playmaker, Draylon Miller, he is wide open, and Kevin Salter is looking at him, but he decides to go back to the other side. Something got him off of that, and he ends up throwing it. Coach Prime, see if you can read his lips. He's wide open, and he has coaches' quarterback up on the sideline, knows or hopes that he's going to get another chance in this one. Going to make him just a little more aware.
Fifth punt of the night. And not one of Graves' better efforts. This one's going to be coming up shy of the 25. Wow, he misfired on that one. They're going to spot it at the 30-yard line. First and 10 for the Cougars. Just a 28-yard punt that time. So the Buffaloes give up a little bit of field position. First and 10, Cougars, 6:38 to play. And the Cougars are kind of built to be productive and use a little clock here, aren't they?
They are. Their ability to run the football. If you're Colorado, you'd love a quick stop, but the most important thing is that you get the ball back to your offense, still down, only 1 score, whether it's 3 or 6.
Martin motions out of the backfield. Pass complete, but nowhere to go that time for Cody Hagan, who scored the touchdown on their previous drive. Loss of 2 on the play. Brown making the tackle.
It's a good start, a good read by the linebacker, Jeremiah Brown. Knifing through, wrapping up the wide receiver. play one down. Now you got to play this one. I'm Aaron Roderick. And if you're on defense, Robert Livingston, the defensive coordinator for Colorado, I think you're expecting something a little tricky here potentially. Feels like one of those situations where you can put a dagger into the hearts of Colorado.
Kingston in motion on the jet sweep. A full head of steam. Couldn't get around the edge. Brought down to the 33 by DJ McKinney. Picked up 5 yards. Sets up third down. And around 6 or 7 to go.
5 receptions.
They need a stop here. Colorado does. And tell you what, there's a look at Livingston, the defensive coordinator for the Buffaloes. Ben Bachmeier has been imperturbable last night. Incredibly poised and unbothered.
And they have not sacked him yet today and has rarely been under pressure. When he has, he's stuck the ball and run. A little confusion in that Colorado secondary.
Trying to get lined up still. Bachmeier blitzed him off the edge, gets it out. Complete and a clutch delivery to Chase Roberts. Out near midfield. First down. He's leaving bear tracks all over that secondary.
Yes, he is. But the protection was tremendous. And the off coverage by Preston Hodge is what causes it. That was the confusion. DJ McKinney was telling Preston Hodge to go to the other side so he could cover someone to the near side. Hodge gets matched up against Chase Roberts. Protection is tremendous, and the delivery is on it.
Roberts' 5th reception of the night. Martin got around the edge. In the open field, still on his feet, down to the 35 of the Buffaloes. With 4.5 minutes to play, another first down for BYU. A 16-yard gain.
That time the key block was made by the left tackle, number 71, Isaiah Jada. Former Colorado Buffalo was here in 2023. Coach Prime hoping that his defense can come up with a stop. That one was personal.
I was just going to ask you that. Earlier you said it was business. BYU is trying to come through on its promise of sustained success. That comes from the top, Kalani Sitake. Their head coach Martin straight ahead. Between the tackles, stopped up at the 32 by Barnes Jr. Got 3 yards on the play. Colorado with 2 of its 3 timeouts remaining. 2nd and 7 coming up.
BYU program 11 wins a year ago after missing a bowl game in 2023. This is a team that knew that it was